Welcome to Squirrel, the podcast for distracted writers, hosted by Candace J. Thomas and Jody L. Milner.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Squirrel. This is Candy.
And this is Jody.
And welcome to episode 15 of our second season. And today is Books on the Fives, right? I love Books on the Fives because we get to talk books, and I know everyone loves.
If you're on this podcast, we're assuming you like books.
Yeah.
I think that's a safe bet.
Everyone as in me, I love books. And it's always kind of a theme that we'll do on the Fives. So this being spooky season, me, I kept saying we.
It's the royal we. You're including everyone.
No, us at the podcast, as in me, I get to choose what books we're going to discuss. And today we're talking mystery books. And I call it the mystery books because then I don't know what Jody picked. She doesn't know what I picked. We had a
blind sampling.
And so we might have picked the same one.
I doubt it.
When we did the Nerdiest Book Challenge, we did pick the same one, which was so cool.
But it was a good one.
I know, when you talk about nerdiest books, Hitchhikers just has to be on there.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to go... I picked mystery books because it's not really a genre that I read a lot, but I have been introduced to a few within the last year. And there just seems like I feel like I was missing some really great books because I don't read mystery. And so I thought we would talk about mystery books and compare maybe to see where, and maybe suggest some that we have missed.
Yeah, we are not going to make good suggestions. We're just going to have fun comparing what we ended up choosing.
I don't know what Jody is saying about good suggestions.
I don't have good suggestions.
Dynamite. They're all dynamite.
I have very little faith in mine.
All right, well, I will go with the first one. Our mystery book number 1, okay, drum roll. Mystery book you read or you remember from when you were a kid.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. What is yours? Or do you want me to go first?
I think I want you to go first.
Okay. I picked Encyclopedia Brown.
Oh,
Did you pick Encyclopedia Brown?
I picked Encyclopedia Brown. Dang it.
Because that is so funny. So Encyclopedia Brown, boy
After
detective.
Our big thing of saying, no, we'd never pick the same ones. This is going to be a very interesting list.
Yeah, the author is Donald J. I do have another one.
That's good.
Sobel, I think.
Sobel? Sure.
Donald J. Sobel. And I'm sure people from my generation probably know Encyclopedia Brown. It was so much fun because they were, if I remember right, they were choose your own adventure.
They were like minute mysteries.
Yes, that's what it was. But you also, but you didn't get the answer.
No, they gave you enough clues and you were supposed to figure it out.
And then
but then they had the solutions.
Yeah, the solutions were at the back of the book. So you didn't want to, it was almost like a crossword puzzle, right? You don't want to go back and see.
No, you wanted to really discuss it. You're like, oh, but they had this clue about the reed and the guy under the water.
I know. It was just so brilliant.
They made me feel smart. That's why I liked them.
Yeah. Cool. Well, okay. Well, this is being yours. Go ahead with why. Is that the only reason?
Why I liked Encyclopedia Brown?
Yeah, why did you pick that?
They were clever, and it's the only one that I could think of that would have qualified as a mystery as a kid, and so it was the only one I could think of.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was my favorite, I guess. I didn't feel that Harriet the Spy was enough of a mystery.
No.
It was more of a friendship, kind of coming of age story.
I didn't think so either.
Yeah, I didn't really think that there was, I don't know, there were other mysteries, I guess, if I'm thinking about it, but those are the ones. My brother was really into them, and he was a year older than me, and so they were just hanging around the house.
Sure.
So I picked him up. I also put The Mousetrap, Agatha Christie, because when I was a junior in high school, we did this as our play. And I didn't know anything from Agatha Christie, honestly. I was just maybe an ignorant child that didn't really care
No,
that
it feels
much.
like you need to have a parent that's really into it for a kid, like a teenager, to pick it up.
Yeah, Agatha Christie it just felt like an old person book.
So,
or,
like, I mean,
or stories
they're
or plays
brilliant
or whatever.
but I don't see people picking them up until they're in their 30s and 40s, and then they're like, yeah, I love them, but
Yeah.
they're underappreciated.
So that was the first like play when it comes to mystery. That was my first introduction to Agatha Christie, and I thought that was really fun. And I'm not going to spoil it.
No whodunits here.
Yeah, no.
Never.
I'm not going to say anything.
It was you.
Mystery book number 2, a recent mystery book you read. Okay, Jody.
I was so happy to actually have one.
Okay, let's hear it.
I will pick up one a year, maybe.
That's pretty
That's
good
it.
because I mean, it's not a genre. I
And
read.
so, like, at every conference I go to, the Jack Reacher novels come up every single time. And so I'm like, I should read a Jack Reacher novel. And so, I picked up the first Jack Reacher novel. And I really appreciate it because it's been out long enough that there was a foreword from the author talking about his process on how he decided to create the character of Jack Reacher. And it was this really nice view of another author brain doing its work. So I thought that was fun. And of course, it was this kind of sophisticated sleuthing, but a lot of gritty violence. So, I could dig that.
I don't know anything about Jack Reacher. There's a movie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They have there's supposed to be a really good mini series that's all like the whole series is Killing Room Floor or Killing Room, not Killing Room Floor. It's Killing Floor.
Killing Floor.
Let me just get that straight. The first book is Killing Floor. I've said it wrong for the last 2 months. This is why we have notes.
Yes.
Okay, you're number 2.
I picked Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice to Murderers by Jessie.
Sounds charming.
Satanto. It is so cute. It is charming. It's this nosy Asian lady. She owns a tea shop that nobody comes to, and she's just always giving everybody advice, and she thinks that all these different people are the murderers. I mean, it's really adorable, and I highly recommend it.
Cute.
It's just super funny, and it's pretty freaking adorable. So yeah, that was that one. I have another one I just finished because now it's been a couple weeks since we
That's right. They
were real
accumulate.
Yeah, no, I just finished the Thursday Murder Club and that's Richard Osman, and that's only because I know that the Netflix series is coming out. They just finished wrapping, and it's coming out in, I believe, March sometime. But it's got an all-star cast, and I can't wait for that. But I won't say anything about that one because it's not the one I'm actually promoting. It's just one that I actually read. So it was pretty fun. Okay, mystery book number 3.
I'm going to make you go first on this one.
Yeah, sure. Mystery book with a plot twist you never saw coming. Okay, I picked Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. And
Another charming sounding book.
Yeah, this one came out not too long ago. Like this, he just released a new one. It's like Everyone on the Train is a Suspect, something like that. But it was and it was another funny one. I think you can find a theme that I'm not a mystery reader that likes suspense, or it has to be funny. I like the mystery part to try to figure it out, but I'm not, like, I don't like suspense. So I'm not going to pick like I don't know.
No psychological thrillers for you?
Yeah, no.
Gotcha. Check.
I'm not gonna talk about, I don't know. I don't even know, honestly. I don't know any of those like literary mystery reads that people love. So anyway, Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. And the thing about this book is that you slowly learn how it's true. Everyone in his family has killed someone, and you slowly learn who and how they killed them. So, and it was very surprising. I'm expecting gruesome when you talk about killed, but some of them I'm like, oh, well, that seems just super logical.
Oh, that's a
which
peanut
sounds
allergy.
which sounds like really strange. But yeah, and I did not. There were so many characters and so many misdirections that I did not see the end coming. Your turn.
So this is going to feel like cheating because this is, a plot twist you didn't saw coming. When I originally read Da Vinci Code, I hadn't heard, people hadn't been talking, oh my gosh, the ending is this. And so I really didn't know where it was going to go. And most people are familiar with Da Vinci Code now, where you have this really, really long, involved lead up. And then he has this clicking together of all the clues that happen. And then he comes to this startling realization, which they don't introduce until way late, that that's even something they're looking for. And I'm like, okay, that feels like a bait and switch, but that's a cool bait and switch. Mm-hmm. So, they start, let's figure out who killed the guy in the museum, and they ended up finding the relative of Jesus.
Okay.
And it feels like the two shouldn't be in the same book. And so that's where it was like, I didn't see that coming. I took this prompt very literally.
I'll tell you right now, I know nothing about Da Vinci Code. I've never seen the movie. I know absolutely zero.
Wow.
So did you spoil something for me there? Not that I
There's
care.
a possibility. I don't know if you
Does
will
it have to
remember
do
that
with the Son of
important little
God?
tidbit.
Because maybe I'll remember that part.
I will not say anything else because you've already misdirected yourself.
It doesn't even matter because I'm not going to. It's just not my thing. I'm not even going to read it.
That's fascinating. I can see why it turned into such a big hit.
Cool.
The puzzle pieces are very nicely put together. There's a lot of interesting misdirection and some fascinating characters. So, yeah, I can see why it did well. I've read a bunch of his other ones because I'm like, ooh, I want that same experience again. And I was a bit disappointed.
That was Dan Brown, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Well, interesting. I don't even. That is awesome, though. You have mentioned Da Vinci Code before. Mm-hmm. On another, I don't remember where we talked about it.
I believe.
So I might have remembered when. I'm not surprised by that one.
The story of it.
That's true.
Much.
All right, mystery book number 4, and this is our last one. It is a fave go-to mystery. Do you have fave go-to mysteries?
I came up with titles, so I had to take it in if I were going to be a murder mystery reader. Okay. These would be the the mysteries I would go towards. They just happen to be murder mysteries. But I would probably binge read Janet Ivanovich.
Okay.
Because she is snarky and funny and unexpected, and the relationships between the characters are really funny, and I like her assistant because she's super funny. And my dad got a kick out of them, which also is really strange and funny. And so I would pick up Ivanovich, but my mom loved the recipe book, the murder mystery books that had recipes in them.
Oh, okay.
And there's a whole genre of this, and it's huge.
It looks adorable,
and it's super, super cute. And the covers are always these bright pastellies. But she really liked Joanne Fluke. The series is the Hannah Swenson mysteries, and there's Cherry Cheesecake Murder, and they're all alliteration food murder, and that she goes through the alphabet.
That's so cute,
and it's really cute. And my mom loved these books so much that she went through the entire library catalog to find every single one of them, and I'd have to help her track down ones she hadn't read yet, and then find them on audiobook, and then download them to her player of choice. And over the years, that got complicated.
That's so cute.
Because she's like, I already read that one. I'm like, I don't have a list or your brain.
That's awesome.
So that's happy memories there. And so if I was going to dive into cozy murder mysteries, I would probably do ones that have the recipes or Ivanovich.
Very cool. Very cool. I have the same kind of flavor of meaning a series. So I will bring up Jim Butcher and I forgot his name. It's not in my notes.
Dresden?
Yeah, the Harry Dresden.
So glad to help.
Yeah, thank you. Stormfront's the first one. And those are really fun.
I picked
Really
up one
fun.
that was way deep in the series because I'm
You
like, I
shouldn't
should
do that.
I know. I'm learning my lessons the hard way.
Because if you don't follow along,
Because someone told me it didn't matter as much, and I think it does.
no, it does, because later on in the series, there's a lot that happens to Harry. And if you don't follow exactly those relationships or what changed there, then you might not understand the character motivation for the later books.
Yeah, I remember feeling like I was playing a game of catch up, reading it. I'm like, I still really like what's going on, but I don't have
Do you know
context.
which one it was called?
I would have to look it up.
Okay, I was just curious.
But it was, apparently there was a big thing that happened in like the previous book.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something important.
And Harry Dresden, the Harry Dresden like book series is really long. It's a commitment, but you don't have to. I feel that you don't have to consistently read them, back to back, like you have to do maybe like a Suzanne Collins, because you want to know exactly what's happening with the characters because it's a continuing story. These are solid books, and they leave Harry in a very good place, just like, I don't know, an Indiana Jones, I guess, adventure. So those ones are super fun. Very fun. And I love the fact that it's mysteries, but it's also, he's a wizard. And that is hilarious to me.
He's a wizard, Harry.
He's a wizard, Harry. Yes. And then I also picked the Elizabeth Peters books, and Crocodile in the Sandbank being the first one.
That was another one my mom liked.
Oh, yeah. That's the first of the Amelia Peabody books. Amelia Peabody is basically like an Egyptologist. Mm-hmm. And it's like kind of mummy-esque, the whole thing, but the relationships between like Amelia and the lovely, it's just hilarious. They're so funny. And that is a series that is completely worth picking up, and I think you should, because it is so much fun. And I will mention this, they're really well done on audio. So if you can find it on Audible, like the person who reads it is fabulous. So there you go. That wasn't too painful, right?
No. It could have been so much worse.
Yes. Any finishing thoughts? I don't think so.
What are your favorite mystery books, listeners, people?
Yeah, I mean, that's really the listener assignment is, as you're in spooky season now, maybe step out of the genre that you usually read and step into like a mystery and see, just as I have in this last year, stepped out of my comfort zone and try to read a genre that is not of mine, not one that I tend to write in. I think murder mystery is too smart for me because you have to like basically write backwards, and I'm not very good at that. So as a discovery writer, I'm not going to write backwards, but I think it's been very eye-opening and refreshing to read something that I personally would not know how to write or know anything about the genre particular. So anyway, that's my listener assignment, is check out to see if there's anything that any murder mystery that you might be willing to try. So.
Alrighty. And now I want to pick up more Jim Butcher.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth Peters, apparently.
Elizabeth Peters, yeah. That's a really good one.
Alrighty. Well, this has been delightful and fun because Books on the Fives are super fun for us. We just get to talk about
and
books.
I want some recipes. You made me hungry.
I know. There's got to be a lemon bar in there that's really good.
Probably.
It doesn't help that your whole house smells yummy right now.
Yes, it does.
All right. A huge thank you for listening, everybody. Our next episode is mine. It is all about how to write spooky settings and make them come alive.
That's fun. That'll be, our last one for spooky season. I think.
Believe so.
Cool. All right. Well, I can't wait. We'll see.
All right. Remember, everyone, if you've liked anything you've heard today, we do have a Patreon or a Buy Us a Coffee, or in our case, a Buy Us a Book. Those links are in the handy description coming along with this podcast. I think that's all I have for today. It's been fun. Bye. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Squirrel Podcast for the Distracted Writer with Candace J. Thomas and Jody L. Milner.
Please like and subscribe to our podcast for updates and new episodes. And find more information at our website, squirrelpodcast.com. Stay distracted, everyone.
I won't say who it was, but
It was the guy in the pantry.
Parapicini. No, it wasn't Parapicini.
No,
Actually, I don't actually remember.
Colonel Mustard.
He's
He's not in that book.